So here's my thoughts on the newest episode of Golden Bachelor. Again, no ring light, no setup or anything right now because I'm in the middle of moving. But let's just get into it. So this episode, Teresa tried to talk to Kathy again about I feel for Teresa because she really, for some reason, thought her and Kathy were friends, and I just don't think so. Kathy, Kathy gives odd vibes. Now, I don't think. Let me pause. Last time I talked about Kathy and Teresa, someone on my TikTok said that they feel like Kathy's a snake, and I see where they're coming from. I don't know that I think Kathy's a snake though. I think Kathy is just overly sensitive and thinks that it's everyone else's responsibility to take care of her feelings. Because she keeps coming back to, this hurts my feelings when you talk about your dates. But nobody else is saying that. And like I said before, yes, it would be kind of weird if some girl was like, oh my gosh, I had a great date with the guy you love. Yeah, it's gonna feel weird, but that's what we're here for, right? Like we all know why we are here. So, Teresa's not doing anything completely outlandish. But I don't think Kathy's a snake. I think Kathy's ultra sensitive and a little abrasive. Yeah, she is abrasive. And to tell a grown woman to zip it, I think she was out of line. So I feel for Teresa because for some reason she thought they were friends and she wants to be her friend. And I just don't think it's worth it. So anywho, moving on. So they had that little conversation and Kathy was a jerk about it. Whatever. So we go on a group date and we play pickleball, which I've never heard of, and I'm trying to understand, is it easier? Because it's got these flat paddles and a holier ball, but they still play over a tennis net and things. So I don't know if it's easier or not. But Nancy is a pickleball captain. Was it Nancy or was it El? No, it was Nancy. Nancy's a pickleball captain. So she was ready. And that was pretty cool. And so they played and they had cute little teams. Sandra, I really like Sandra, by the way. Sandra was on the orange team. It was Bitchin' Kitchens. I don't understand the name because everybody else's name either has something to do with their color, their outfit, or pickleball. There was the pickle team or something like that. Whatever. But she was trying really hard for that date. She was like, I'm gonna play for this date. She was going in, and I thought that was really cool. April pretended to hurt herself. It really didn't last long, that idea. And then, the game was cool. Everybody was very, they were out there having fun. In the end, Nancy and Kathy's team won. But Sandra, he wanted to spend a little time with her. And I was so happy because I haven't seen Sandra, it's Sandra. Sandra spending one-on-one time with him yet. And actually, she was missing her daughter's wedding to be here. So he, of course, got a phone so she could do FaceTime. Because, they're not allowed to have their phones. So he got a phone so that she could do FaceTime. And it was so sweet. I was very happy for her. And he's really is a sweet and thoughtful man, though. And so she got that. And then they hugged and they kissed. And I like her. I don't know if she's in game right now. I'll tell you in a minute who I feel like is in game. But I like her though, and I hope that he likes her. But so she got that little one-on-one time, and then he got to talk to Teresa again, and Teresa told him about how Kathy was zip it, and that hurt his feelings, I think, because he was like, why is this beef in the house? And then he talked to Kathy, and Kathy was like, because it hurts my feelings when she talks like that. And you went to her room to talk to her and that just hurts my feelings. And I don't want to hear about it. And here's the thing. I feel like he didn't quite understand what she was saying. Yes, she's annoying and I honestly don't care. But he was like, but I came to you too. And she was like, yeah, but I didn't tell everybody about that. I feel like he's not hearing what the problem is. I think he thinks the problem is genuinely just that he is spending time with other women. And deep down, that's probably a part of the problem. But I don't think he was understanding that she was saying the problem is how much Teresa talks. Because we don't know what time you're spending with the other women. Because they don't talk as much as Teresa. But Teresa is just freely talking. And again, I don't think there's anything malicious in Teresa's actions. I think she's just happy and open. So, but anyway, so that conversation went down, right? So later on, the girls are playing Never Have I Ever. And they're eating ice cream for the things they have done. They're asking some risque questions about their history. But Sandra's over there eating ice cream and she's lactose intolerant. And so guess who is sick the next day and can't come down to the rose ceremony? Sandra. And I was like, girl, you knew better. But the Never Have I Ever was cute and funny. There's this interesting ladies. And April had done pretty much everything they could think of, which was very funny. Except for the kissing married men thing. I'm hoping there's a bigger story back to it and she didn't know he was married. But hey, who knows? We all make mistakes, right? So he gets a one-on-one date with... Oh my goodness, not me forgetting. Is it Faith? No, it's Leslie. He gets a one-on-one date with Leslie. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember much about this date, which means I must not have been that interested during that time. And I feel really bad. But I guess I just don't think about Leslie a lot. Bro, I do know that they talked about like how she's just never met anyone like him. But other than that, I can't, how I can tell you that the one-on-one date with Teresa was the flash mob and very exciting. And the one-on-one date with, actually, you know what? I don't know. Things are running together. I'm moving. Charge it to my head, not my heart. All right, moving on. So we get to the rose ceremony. Well, before we get to the rose ceremony, Nancy comes to talk to him. Nancy has a stress fracture from playing. Her foot is like in a boot. And she comes to talk to him, and really she says, I think there's a group of girls that are heavy on your mind, heavy on your heart, and I don't think I'm in that group. And he's like, I can't lie to you and say that you are. And she says, okay. So Nancy leaves before the rose ceremony. Now here's my thought. Like, I totally understand, especially now that her foot's in the boot. Like imagine being there. You're like, look, my foot hurts. I'm kind of tired. I don't really think you like me like that. Do you like me like that? No? Cool. I'm going home. To relax and eat the food that I want to eat and hang out with and have my friends come over and watch movies while I put my foot up. You know what I mean? Like, I totally understand Nancy. My only thing is, I wish, if he really wasn't feeling her that way, I wish she had gone to the rose ceremony, because then there would have been one less person to get cut, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how the Bachelor does their cutting, because, 3 people be going home at once, so I don't actually know what the, protocol is, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, bye Nancy. I really liked her, but I see what she means. They weren't vibing the way he vibes with other people. Ellen had some time with him, and I'm trying to remember what they talked about. I don't know, but Ellen is who I think is in game. Anyway, let's get to the rose ceremony. So the rose ceremony happens, and Sandra is asleep upstairs with her rose, so she's fine. But he goes ahead and gives out the roses, and Kathy, April, is it just those two? Yeah, Kathy and April go home. And I really liked April, but again, this isn't for me. This is for Gary. So Gary was not feeling about April how I was feeling about April, and that's fine. So Kathy and April go home. I just really liked April. I thought she was sweet. I thought she was funny. I thought she was interesting. But that's okay. But Kathy goes home because at the end of the day, I think she was making him feel like there was more drama than there needed to be. She is dramatic. Again, I don't think she's evil. I think she's dramatic and abrasive. And I really feel like pros and cons, he was not feeling her enough to keep putting up with that. And I think that's just it. She was not high enough on his list for him to try to figure out this drama. Like, yeah. I think she played her cards real bad. But that's, we're all human. We make mistakes. But I'm going to miss April. Bye, girl. But yeah, so the people that are left, Teresa, Ellen, Susan, Sandra. Teresa, Ellen, Susan, Sandra. Faith and Leslie are left. And he's saying that home visits come next week. This season is so fast. Is the season always this fast? Or is this because it's like an older people season? Because I feel like it doesn't go this fast, does it? I don't know. But he's about to do home visits. So, whoo, child. Okay. But those are who's left. Personally, for me, my favorite just left. My favorite is Sandra. Now, Sandra is my favorite, period. Who do I think are in game for him? Ellen and Teresa. I think he likes literally all the other women there, like a lot. Like at this point, I think he likes everyone that's there a lot. But I think Ellen and Teresa are his like top two right now. I think him and Ellen have like this very subtle but like strong connection, and him and Teresa have this very sweet and more energetic connection. But I don't know how to put it. With him and Teresa, I feel like she is very sweet, and I feel like sometimes when people are so happy and sweet, it's like hard for you not to. You feel like wrong not to love them. You know what I mean? Like that. I don't know how to explain it, but like you're like, man, obviously I should love you. I don't know if it's as deep as it needs to be, and it might be. I'm not saying it's not, but him and Ellen feel a little more like, oh wow, we're connecting. But every other girl has a chance. I'm not saying they don't. Something could happen and shake things up, but those are who my choices I think are his like top two choices. And I just I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm stressed out though. I think it's a lot of stress to put on people. Y'all know my actual feelings about the whole organization of these shows, but I'm having fun, I guess. So, yay! All right. So that was the most recent episode of The Golden Bachelor. And yeah, all right. I'll see you all later. Bye. Keep loving your heart and don't stop believing.